Okay, I just want to break something down for you guys about the Instagram and the Facebook algorithms. I know so many people struggle with figuring out how to get their content engaged with, or how the algorithm even works, or what. I mean, let's be honest. Do we even actually know what an algorithm is? Like, what is an algorithm? Why in the world do your posts not show up and other people's do? Why do you not see your friends' posts that you like a lot, and then some random people who you really don't know very well, they just keep showing up in your news feed, right? What are they tracking? How in the world does this algorithm work, right? Okay, well, let me try and break it down to you for you guys. So, as somebody who does ads, for instance, I track a lot of things, so I kind of know how that tracking algorithm thing works. I do it myself in the business every day. That's how uh I can use attribution, and I also can like make out like logic. So for instance, your email campaigns, we have all of these little tags and things that we add that, or if I'm going to track like something on a website, we can put in these little tags so when you click on things, what happens is it triggers other events, and it ends up being this big long train of thought. You could build out this logic very intensively. That's how we do email campaigns, and we send them out. So we say, when this client has been contacted, then this email sequence will be sent out. And if anything in this email sequence happens, for instance, something gets clicked on it, or then maybe another email sequence will get sent out. And let's just transfer that over into the social media world. So your Facebook algorithm, let's give a really good live example. They're not tracking what you feel emotionally. Let's just be honest. They'd have no clue who your best friends are. What are they tracking then? They're tracking what you click on. This is why it's so important to like comment on the things that you're the most interested in, or what you actually want to see on your newsfeed. Because let me give you an example. One of my new friends is posting all this stuff, and I don't know this person at all, actually. It's just a networking kind of thing. But I clicked on his stuff because he made some post and I was interested in it. And then all of a sudden, and they'll do this too. So the algorithm, when you first add a friend, you're going to see a whole bunch of posts from that new friend. It always happens. And that's a gauging tool. They're going to gauge and see how much you react with their content, right? You're going to see their content. And then if you react to their content, that's telling them, oh, this person is actually worth showing, right? So then they're going to be more likely to show that person in your newsfeed. It's logic. They're building this out. I'm trying to break it down so this doesn't seem so complicated, like a big world you're trying to conquer. It really comes down to what you're clicking on. Another example just happened to me. So excuse me, I've got allergies or something. So I have an old friend from college, and I normally see her posts regularly, but I haven't been seeing her posts very much. I used to see her posts like all the time, and I would read them all, but I'm not an engager. Usually on Facebook, I don't engage at all. I just read. I silently lurk. Well, I wanted to see what she was up to because I realized, oh, I haven't seen her post in a long time, and I'm interested in her posts, right? And I went, and I was like, well, maybe she unfriended me, or this is the thoughts going through my head, right? I was like, well, maybe she unfriended me, or maybe it's because I haven't looked her up. I just wonder what she's up to. She's in China. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to go post on that. Or I'm going to go check her feed. I want to see if, she's still alive. What's going on in her life, right? So I went to her feed. Mind you, I haven't been seeing any of her posts in my newsfeed for like months. That's why I went to her page. So I see her page, I see her newsfeed, and I'm reading it. And then I go back to my newsfeed. And guess what pops up automatically? Posts from her. suddenly a post from her that I didn't even find. It wasn't even a post that I could find on our newsfeed, which was weird. Was up in my newsfeed. I clicked. They saw that my profile went and clicked on her profile. That's a big move, right? That's a move in the internet world, in the internet's mind. As it basically, it says, oh, that account really likes that account. Think of these accounts as people. They're tracking what you're doing. It's not a secret world out there. Social media is as much the real world as the real world, and I think people don't realize that. I am acting out who I am so often on Facebook, and they can track all of that, and they do. They really do. So they suddenly started showing all of her posts in my newsfeed within minutes. I really admire how well their system works. Well, let's say you're on social media though, and you're not really being true to yourself. Maybe you're using social media as an outlet, or you're trying to manipulate the system, right? And so, or maybe you're just unaware and the algorithm, you do things that the algorithm can't quite perfectly track, so it messes up. Usually that's what happens. But that's why, okay, so say you, like for me, I clicked on this guy's status. It was something that's interesting. And I don't know why, I've just clicked on it. So all of a sudden, even though we're not really good friends, the algorithm is going to be showing me his stuff more. Because they had an initial touch and it was positive. Like cold traffic, now it's warm. Think of this in terms of marketing, right? I know this is confusing, but if you know anything about marketing, you know what I'm talking about. And I know, I'm crazy. So cold and then warm. And then at the end of the warm, then it's like hot. And those are your really close friends. So those are like my parents or my siblings or my husband. They're people I'm interacting with a lot. And they always are, they're reciprocating it. Again, they're tracking our counts. They know exactly what we're doing, and the way that we behave on our social media. And if you don't like what you are seeing in your social media accounts, like you don't like the news feeds and you don't like the people who are showing up and you don't know why, well, think you're probably using your account wrong. You're not using your account true to who you are. Because they're going to be okay, let's just say this. You're not engaging on social media as a real person. That's the thing. It's not that you're not being who you are or using it wrong. It's just you're not understanding that social media is being treated like a human real world, right? In the real world, everything's being tracked. So you can't just pretend on, like, I don't click on anything. I don't engage. I'm a lurker. So lurkers are going to get really, really strange, pages. Their pages aren't going to look like a reflection of who they are because they're not engaging with anyone. So the algorithm doesn't really know who they like, what they like. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the magic of social media. And that's why everybody's getting really confused about how to win at social media. And ultimately, you just have to start playing social media like you would play in the real world. Engage with the people that who you really like. Don't just lurk around. Because, and I'm trying to put some context to this because I didn't get this for the longest time. I was a lurker. I still struggle with being a lurker. It's like fun to just sit there and watch the world go by, right? But you don't ever have to put anything out. But then, of course, you're just like an empty box, and the social media people can't, the algorithm can't read you. Just like in the real world, people can't read you. You see this? I'm trying to get this to you guys. The online world is real. Social media and all of that, if you're pretending and you're not using it like it is real, and you're thinking of it as some like magical land that you get on, that doesn't apply to the rules of like, you know, the rules of the world, the rules of like what happens in reality, then you're kind of going to be having a really hard time getting what you want out of that. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like you get what you get what you give. And that's why all those tips and tricks work. That's why, engaging, and they say, well, comment on these posts and comment and like all of that. All these people, we're all seeing that this is how this works, right? I'm just telling you, this is how it works, right? You already know all those things work. Commenting, liking, sharing the content, right? Those, we all know that those are playing a part in our algorithm of who we see. You're just not really aware of like what that actually means. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of insight, because I didn't know, but now that I do know, and now that I figured it out, once I really got into this like tracking world and I got to see what they're actually building behind the scenes, like it's so cool. And it's not what everyone thinks. It's these tools where you put little, pictures, and I don't know how to describe it. It's like a mastermind. It's like a brain. And we're building all these rules, and we play by all these rules. And all of the consumers don't see it because, you guys are just being passively dealing with it. But if you're a business person and you're you're wanting to take control of this, that is the trick. Mind change. So let me know what you guys think, and hopefully I haven't rambled on too much, but yeah, that is what I'm seeing, and I hope that this helps somebody, because it helped me like completely change my mindset about social media and how I use it, and I'm seeing so much more success. I'm really excited what might be about to happen because of this. So I'm not going to get I won't say too much, but I just think this is fun, and I'm really loving what I'm learning and being able to share with you guys, because it's going to be super cool once we get it all done. It really is. All right, guys, it has been great. We'll talk to you later. Harmony, Director of Lead Generation Optimization at funnelwave, out.